name is Kelly Wolf, and you're watching Cove's epilogue. Let's get into it.
Parents are such a pain. A dramatic sigh escaped you. Cove glanced at the darkening sky and let out a small chuckle. They really can be sometimes, but it'll be nice to visit with them for a while. Yeah, it will be. After one last glance, you put your phone away. Cove gave a small shrug. Ready? Yep. Let's go. Together you left the beach, feeling the call of home pulling you forward. The both of you ran off towards your mum's house, leaving the waves behind, welcoming the beginning of summer. Cove and you ran up from the beach, sand flying from your steps. Cove made it to the road first, but you managed to catch up to him by the time you reached the house. It wasn't exactly a race, and yet it was an odd competition. Both of you were laughing by the time you bumped through your old front door together. Oh, bumbled through your old front door together. You inhaled deeply and shouted loud enough to be heard anywhere in the house. We're here! Your moms were seated in the living room. Their eyes sparkled as they locked on to you and your light dusting of sand.
Hello!
Welcome home. Mom leaned forward, eyebrows raised at your jubilant entrance. Ma sighed wistfully.
Aww.
That brings back memories. Cove chuckled shyly as he scratched the back of his head. I hope we're not too late. Nope, you're just in time. You better start packing up. Liz will be waiting. Ma nodded as she stood up from her seat. She lightly ran the fingers over her clothes to smooth out the wrinkles. It took you a second to remember where you put your stuff. You need to get it all in the car so you could get back to your hotel. Can I help? You shrugged, directing him to your bags, with Cove, your mom's, and yourself on the job. It only took one trip to the car to get everything. Cove finally closed the trunk, and you thanked everyone for the assistance. Of course, kiddo. Come along, my family. Let's get in the car. She gave Cove a special look to make it clear that it meant him. Cove climbed into the back seat with a decided touch. Cove climbed into the back seat with a decidedly touched expression on his face. He got in on the other side. When everyone was situated and buckled, the engine was started and Ma pulled out to the street. You can't help but feel amused to be stuck in the back seat with Cove, and your mum's driving you around. It really was like you were little kids again. Cove caught you staring at him, and gave you a bent smile. He was probably on the same wavelength as you from the sheer mischief in it. There was some light shine on the drive. No one brought up anything too deep. It was mostly became swapping jokey stories. The entire trip was marked by a heavy scene of anticipation. Everyone was ecstatic to see Liz and hear what she had been up to. When you neared the airport, Mom pulled out her phone to call Liz. Ma followed the signs to the correct pickup area and asked for you to shout if you saw your sister. Yeah, Liz, we're at Wingby. There's a blue sign that says North America.
Alright.
Tell her that we're right in front of the building with blue windows. She says she's outside by a yellow truck. I see at least 3 yellow trucks. I think they're doing work at the airport. The back and forth continued, with Ma driving around in a wide circular airport road, while Mom attempted coordination between her and Liz's location. Aha! You leaned forward, peering out the front of the car. A tall, poised silhouette pulled a pale purple roll-along suitcase behind her. It was definitely Liz. She waved at the car. Ma parked along the sidewalk next to her, and Mom put her phone away with a chair. Mission accomplished, team! Ma excitedly reached over to grasp Mom's shoulder, thrilled that both of her kids were back.
Good job.
That's right. Liz came closer and yanked the back door open beside her. She popped her head into the car, her smile ornery despite how tired she appeared. It must have been a long trip for her, yet her expression was the same familiar smirk you had grown up with.
Hey.
Hello, children. I'm back. Oh, hey, old grandparent who doesn't have any kids.
Rude.
Rude! You shouldn't speak to your elders like that. Reached over and hugged her. You quickly unbuckled, then launched yourself at your sister. She wrapped her arms around you and squeezed. Well, hi to you too, kiddo. Hi. Hello, sweetie. It's so nice that you're here. Hi, Elizabeth. He jokingly huffed at her. We're not children. Whatever you say, baby boy. She turned her gaze back to Mum and Ma. You really know how to make someone feel appreciated. Her spirits were high. You could tell that she was just as happy to be here as everyone was to see her. She left the door open, but ducked out to walk around the back of the car. She opened the trunk and lifted her luggage in. I'm gonna move your junk, Callie. I'll keep it in front of my bag so you can get it later. Mom's dropping you off first, right? Yes, but that's not junk, it's important. Liz slammed the trunk down without responding. Liz swung around to the open door. You noticed that her hair had few flyaways, no doubt from a long day of traveling. He leaned against the frame of the car, giving you and Cove a significant lift. I am not sitting in the middle. It's already been 5 hours of that nightmare on the flight. There's no way I'm getting in between you, the two of you. I mean, really, who would ever want to be the person pulling Cove, Holden, and Callie Wolf apart? Cove puffed up indignantly, yet again, at a classic ease of your relationship. This continued along like she didn't notice.
So?
I don't get how you decide who's scooting. I figure you can fight it out somehow. Cove glanced over at you and shrugged. He unbuckled his seatbelt and moved to the middle. I guess I'll always have a big bossy sister. Always. It's the law. It's more like Liz will never change. Exactly. Why would I need to? With the window seat open, Liz squished herself into the car and shut the door. When everyone was settled, Mab began to pull out.
Let's go.
We're off. Liz crossed her legs, compacting herself slightly. She braced most of her weight on the door beside her instead of standing straight up. It gave her a little more room. Hopefully, we finished the journey. This car is almost as old as we are.
Now.
And it's still just as good as you are. All the complaining definitely means Liz is back. So complains Callie. Mom turned up the radio as Ma merged onto the highway. The station was familiar, the normal soundtrack for when she had driven you and Liz around town. Liz bounced in her seat enjoying the classic tune. The song would have been old enough to vote at this point if it was a person. That was hard to believe. With Liz, the conversation livened up. Despite it again later and later into the night. She told you all about her week, and all the travel preparations she made. By the time she made it to the actual tale of her travel itself, Liz had started chuckling. On the plane, Liz sat next to a couple of girls who talked about how they could read people. Liz recounted their conversation with her in hilarious detail, as they apparently tried to guess her occupation after only shaking her hand. Neither of them could agree with one another, and Liz refused to just tell them. However, the drive to your hotel was only so long. Eventually, your group arrived. You yawned and got out of the car when it stopped. Cove climbed out after you. Liz gave a loud sigh of relief at all the space she found herself with. You and Cove grabbed the luggage, then waved off your family after you said your goodbyes. After they left, you and Cove went to find your room. You scanned the keycard to unlock your hotel room. It sounded a soft beep, and you turned the handle of the door. The door creaked open. Then you craned your head to take a look inside. The first thing you noticed was the large king-size bed in the middle of the room. Wait, Cove. Okay, look, we finally have another TV to look at. Last time we saw a TV, I believe, was in Kara's apartment. We also have a nice red couch. Not a huge fan of the paintings, but it definitely fits the hotel aesthetic. Though I don't think they would put the couch and table next to the window. I feel like that's more next to a wall, but I mean, whatever works for for the people that did this. Obviously, I'm not going to complain about that, considering it's already done, and I'm loving our life. And considering I've spent $172.9 playing in total. Oh wait, no, this. And 58.7 hours in the last 2 weeks. It's a lot of hours. It was a prim and modern looking space. It seemed clean and smelled faintly of floral air freshener. A smile played on Cove's face as he watched you take in the space. The bed's nice, huh? Which one of us is gonna use it? Here we go again. I'm kidding. I want to share, really. Good. Cove let out a breath in relief that he'd been holding on to. I got a good hotel, didn't I? It makes sense you'd go for this one. It looks like your room at Kyra's place. And Cove pouted exaggeratedly. Well, that room looked like a good hotel room. So that means it's a good hotel room. You and Cove continued to chat as you settled in. You unpacked some of your stuff, checked out the room amenities. Cove went to the mini fridge and started puzzling over what food could be ordered to the room. However, in fact, you were both exhausted. It didn't take too many yawns before you changed into your pajamas and called it a day. You had to hunt along the wall to locate the light switch. When you finally found it, you flicked it off with a sense of triumph. I liked his pajamas from when he was in step 3. Yeah, step 3. But this is an interesting set of pajamas, I will say. We should get some sleep. Did I even read this one? I did not. You turned your head over to Cove, who stood behind you in his pajamas. He was cozy and comfortable, but the pieces didn't match. You never minded that. We should get some sleep. Cove smiled, a soft expression that was adorable.
All right.
Okay, let's go to sleep. Despite saying that it was bedtime, Cove took a step forward towards you. He wrapped his arms around your back, and you leaned into his embrace. Then, he lifted you off your feet. What? Still not putting you down, Cove promptly dropped himself backwards. Both of you crashed onto the tightly tugged sheets of the hotel bed. He laughed the entire time. Cove bounced on the landing and absorbed most of the impact. You laid on his chest, feeling a little jostled. You giggled alongside him. That was unexpected, but absolutely thrilling. Laughter only made him laugh even louder. He smiled at the ceiling, thought clearly crystallizing. My dad used to do that kind of thing to me when I was little. Sort of. Nostalgia was clear in his voice. It was a fond memory. And you felt something warm in your chest. I remember you talking about it when you stayed over at my house as a kid. He'd lift you really high and bring you back down. Yeah. I have a cool dad. He made a small noise of understanding that turned into a yawn. When Cove yawned in return, he pulled the sheets until you were actually under the blankets. Don't let the bed bugs bite. You neither. Then you kissed his lips. You shifted yourself closer so you could lean in. You kissed Cove and you kissed Cove and felt his lips spark into a smile before kissing you back, obviously enjoying his goodnight kiss. Cove wrapped his arms around you and snuggled next to you, with a content breath. You reached out to hold Cove under one arm, and then used your other hand to comb through his hair. The two of you relaxed into one another, and you knew neither of you would want to be anywhere else. Can't believe we're really here. You and Liz and everyone else are gonna be in Sunset Bird again. I was staring at the scenery going by when we were driving here. It honestly felt like we never left. He ran a hand down his face. I mean, in some ways, it feels like it's been ages and everything. And it's different. Some of that's definitely the case because I'm staying in a hotel instead of my room and Dad's. But yeah. It's so weird. Cove nodded. He understood completely. I'm looking. A yawn forced an interruption into the statement. Cove was undeterred. I'm looking forward to this. He tucked his head into your neck. You felt his lashes flare close against your skin. Same there.
See you tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow, Callie. His words were a whisper you barely heard. It might not have been that exactly. You might have been guessing. Cove always had a habit of mumbling. It was okay either way. Whether you had it or not. Whether you had it or only thought you had it. The sentiment was true regardless. Cove would see tomorrow when he opened his eyes. The sunlight would return. And the sunlight returned to your hometown of Sunset Bird. You comfortably drifted off to sleep, and eagerly waited seeing Cove tomorrow as well. Your eyes gently opened to see a dim, unfamiliar ceiling. You recalled where you were, a hotel room. Yawning, your muscles felt relaxed and warm, enough that sleep threatened to pull you under again. Morning! Cove's voice brought you back to consciousness. But he made sense now. You knew the comfortable weight against you was your fiancé. His arm was draped around you, and his fingers were lightly drawing shapes on your pajamas. You twisted over to fully face him. Morning! Did you sleep well? I did. The expression on his face softened with a content sigh. You felt his index finger lightly trace out the shape of a heart. There's nothing but good dreams when you're around. And gently you kissed him. Eyes half lidded, you reached forward and covered Cove's lips with your own. You exhaled slowly through your nose, about only for a fraction of taking air. Cove cupped your cheek delicately and leaned his forehead into yours. He brushed your skin with his thumb before pressing in new kisses. Neither of you were content making moves to get up and actually start the day. It was sweet and comfortable to be wrapped up in Cove. You could indulge just a little while longer. Eventually, enough time flew by that there weren't really any minutes to spare. There were too many people waiting. So, you both crawled out of the sheets together. Oh yeah. I reckon they might be the matching cuff of the pink pajama top we stole from them. When we were... Yeah, step 3. 2. That one had the road trip. I can literally just double check anyway. Transition step 1 to 2, speed and zone lock, wave and moles, swearing, grueling, family and escapade. Road trip and dinner, yeah. It was step 2 when that happened. I'm gonna have that tab open now. My folder of videos I need to edit. Standing up, Cove took a few seconds to stretch. He glanced over at you with an animated expression. I'm really looking forward to your mom's anniversary dinner tonight. It's gonna be fun. I think so too. This whole trip is great, actually. Being here with everyone is like having another chance of being yet. We can do all the stuff we used to, and all the things we never did but wanted to. Oh yeah, something about the way Cove worded that dug up a memory that you hadn't thought about, and that you hadn't thought about in a long time. The first time you met his dad and the money he offered you. Doing at the inside of your cheek, it felt a long lifetime ago. But you knew that it would matter to Cove if you knew. You just weren't entirely sure what it had meant to him. What it would mean to him. You snuck a quick peek at Cove, but his stare was already glued to you. He raised a questioning eyebrow, leaving the rest up to you. Hey, it's a funny story, but... You scratched at the back of your neck, searching for the right way to tell him. Amused, Cove's expression melted into a fun smile while he waited. You told Cove about the deal. Well, actually, a ridiculously long time ago. The first time I met your dad, he tried to pay me $20 to be your friend. His mouth fell open, and he turned his head to the side. There was no unringing that bell. But I didn't take the money. The look on Cove's twisted face. His eyes pushed into a squint, his lips screwed up, and you saw the stare dart across your skin.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! The realization tumbled out of him in a whisper. You couldn't read his realization, but it remained firm. Until big, sad eyes started bubbling and dripping down his cheek. You flew a few steps forward, shocked and eyes wide with concern. Please don't cry. Last thing you wanted to see Cove like this. Cove's tense jaw slowly loosened at his mouth, began to wobble into a frown. Emotions overtook him, and he failed to swallow down a broken sob. The tears pooling in his blue eyes intensified and they streamed quickly down his cheeks. Cove hung his head low and let them fall. You had him in your arms. Unable to stay back any longer, you closed the space between you both. He flinched over your touch initially, but after Cove leaned into you, his sobs reverberated in your chest. The tears continued, but you didn't mind getting wet, because Cove needed this more. You just wanted him to feel better. It wasn't right away, but Cove was eventually able to pull himself more together. He strained his back and sniffled. He took another step backwards to give him some space. Cove let out shaky breaths while he scrubbed the remaining tears from his face.
It's okay.
I'm not upset with you for what happened, or because you're telling me now you didn't do anything. I actually feel bad for you. You had to keep a secret you didn't ask for, and it was for most of your life. A weight felt like it was lifted off your chest. The corner of Cove's mouth hooked into a bent smile, but his stare was still glossy with tears. I'm not mad at my dad either. Then why are you crying? His tone grew delicate again. His emotions were catching back up with him. I'm just so happy with my life and how it went. But so much of that, what happens with everything out of your control? There's stuff like this. My dad secretly offering you wanting to be my friend. Remembering those days when I was little, and pretty much my whole life was decided by other people. Just really made it all hit. Especially because I'm now finding out there's even more going on than I realized. His well lip quivered and new tears ran down his cheeks. It's scary to think about. It would have been so easy for none of this to have even happened. Go through his arms to the side, trying to convey where you were standing. Where you ended up after spending a life growing up together. What if my dad moved us to a different neighborhood? Or if I didn't move away with him at all? Or if my dad didn't care if I had friends or not?
I'm so glad.
But it didn't go differently. And you're here with me. We're together, and my parents are still my very best friends. And I'm just really glad. Your legs felt weak during his confession, but you remained rooted in place. Cove seemed to grow more confident.
I love you.
I love you, Callie. So much. I don't think there's anything in the world that would have kept us apart. The blood started a flame fluttering in your chest that extended deep that extended deep into the core of yourself. Deep down, you knew that it was the truth. You and Cove were always meant to make it to this point. Yeah? Cove's voice came out in a delicate laugh, like he was in awe of you. His eyes watered again. I can feel that it's true. I know it. We've always bound to meet each other. The shakiness in Cove's smile lessened. It grew stronger and more assured. You kissed him. Cove got the idea immediately when your gaze fell to his lips, and you were crashing into each other. Every emotion since you told him about the deal seemed to flare out. Rubbed to take one final bow during this kiss. Your fingers held tightly again into Cove's arms, and his hands firmly held you in place around the back. The kiss grew gentler, and you peppered more, going up the side of his jaw. Cove closed his eyes, staring at his breath. He kept with every kiss that he could feel how much he meant to you. You both waited there, enjoying each other's company. When another minute passed, you felt the calmness settle in your chest. It's out in the open finally. That's a relief. Yeah, but hey, your secret-keeping skills are seriously unmatched. Chuckling, Cove ran a hand through his hair. You got an agreement, trying not to think too much about how many years you've been holding on to that. We even got engaged before you brought that up. I couldn't rat Mr. Holden out. Stunned, Cove's head fell forward in a fraction. Wow, your loyalty to my dad is something. He's my dad too? A small snort, then a laugh escaped him. When he recovered, Cove's affectionate gaze rested on you again.
I get it.
Yeah. And it's fine, I get it. There was a playful gleam, and Cove's expression shifted into a smile. He leaned forward, and you could feel the warmth of his breath. Are there any other confessions you want to make while we're doing this? Nope. Good to know. Well, we better get back to business, huh? We got a full schedule ahead for us for your mom's big day. Sighing deeply, Cove shrugged. The look he gave you was warm and affectionate, and you knew that everything was going to be okay. But thanks again, for letting me know what happened. No problem. I'm glad we got to talk about this. After that, you and Cove moved around each other, busily getting dressed and ready for the day. Light laughter and chatter filled the air for the entire time. Bags were packed, and phones were sought after,